suddenly feel like you're in full of complicated words and you just don't know who to try to overcomplicate it, we have good news. And CYCU, we create a program called Tutor type. This is your specific type to talk we are teaching. Ask those questions in a tangle about or you might.
How many academic years has this system been in place?
This system has been in place since I was still a graduate student myself. So it's been around for over 20 years now. It might even be older than that.
What are the general themes or categories of questions students typically raise?
Ask all kinds of questions, whether they're about academics or programs. However, they surprisingly don't ask about specific courses. It's mostly just casual conversation.
Could you share an example of a particularly unique or memorable questions asked by a student?
So far, I don't think I've encountered any particularly interesting questions. Maybe some gossip like, "Teacher, do you know who's dating who in our class?" That's a typical example.
In your opinion, has this adversary system provided substantial, measurable benefits to the student?
To be honest, I don't think it really makes a substantial difference. Most of the students' questions are directed to the course instructors rather than the advice. So, what do they actually consider? It's actually for things like, "Teacher, I need to take a leave of absence." And I have to send it. Or, "Teacher, I'm applying for graduate school. Please write me a recommendation letter."
What is the maximum number of students simultaneously participating in a single advising?
不一定的，其实我通常都是找其中一个人，然后我说，你去找看有没有其他的你的趴、你的室友要不要一起过来？我会觉得一个人是一对一的，是因为有些可能比较私密的事情比较少。通常后来他们都跟我说，老师会找谁，就大概都是一对二这样子。
So it actually took
一对二比较多。
2 sessions.
Hi. What topics did you mainly discuss during this mentor session?
We mainly discuss future career paths after graduation. Some casual chat with the teacher. I'll talk about his hobbies and what he usually likes to do.
How would you describe the atmosphere of the conversation? How did it take you feel?
The atmosphere feels very comfortable and quite relaxing.
Okay, what kind of supports or insights did you gain from this session?
I gained clearer insight into my career direction after graduation, and I realized the importance of focus on my academics at the current stage.
Okay, 最后一个问题 Do you have any suggestions or reminders of students who may join future mentor sessions?
You should prepare the questions you want to ask beforehand. Also, don't be too nervous. The teacher is very kind and approachable.
Okay, 谢谢。
We interview a professor and a student. After comparing their answers, we found a fascinating perception gap. First, let's look at topics and value. The professor feels the session are mostly small talk or gossip. He honestly stated that he doesn't think it provides substantial help. It feels like he's just hosting a chat room. However, the students see it differently. It is a comfortable place for them to have a conversation or receiving important advice on their studies. So, what the teacher calls useless chat, maybe some of the students actually consider valuable guidance. Finally, regarding participation, the professor observed that students rarely come alone. The students confirm this. They prefer going together to reduce nervousness. Prove that there is safety in numbers.
As shown in this graphic, the professor observed that group visits are much more common than one-on-one sessions. The students confirm this logic. They think that going in groups makes the atmosphere less tense and more relaxed. It transforms a formal meeting into a comfortable conversations. So, does it work? The professor feels, strictly speaking, the current chatting format might deviate from the system's original mechanism, which was designed for academic monitoring. He feels it might not offer substantial help in a traditional sense. However, our analysis suggests that the system serves a different, yet vital purpose. It provides a stress-free platform, even if it's just chatting. Students gain a sense of direction and comfort, which is a valuable form of support in itself.
To wrap up, we found a very interesting paradox. The professor is actually quite humble. He worries that the system has lost its original purpose, which has strict academic guidance. He feels like he is just hosting a chat room with no substantial output. But for the students, that, that lack of pressure is actually the feature.
We realize that while the professor is waiting for students to ask deep academic questions, the students are just happy to have a safe space to talk about life. So, is the system working? Maybe not in the way the university planned 20 years ago, but as a stress relief station for students, it is working perfectly. And that's it. Thank you for watching.